Alright, this is the second step in our dry cell alpha experiment. We are running cold. It's about 40 degrees outside. The water temperature is about the same. Running just shy of 30 amps. Just shy of 30 amps. Cold. 3 tablespoons of lye, straight from Lowe's, $6 a bottle. We have our 1 gallon a minute pump flowing. Well, we got to turn down quite a bit, just enough to get constant flow. If you notice, as we come down here, if I turn down my rate, doesn't seem to be doing much difference. But what I do, as I turn it up, you can't see it, it evacuates the majority of the bubbles. But the main reason that I have the pump on here is so that I can pressurize my cell. You notice that I have quite a few bolts around the perimeter of this, and my PVC gaskets are actually double stacked so that I can put a tremendous amount of torque on these to compress the entire stack, but it will not compress my distance between my two plates. Alright, as we go in here, it looks like pure foam coming out the tail, and I have a restrictor, a small restrictor in line on my 3/8 hose. It looks, all it is one of these, also from Lowe's. So it gives me about a 1/8 inch hole out of a 3/8 line, which allows me to pressurize this. My pump, it maxes out at 35 psi. So when I pressurize my pump, I turn it all the way up. Notice my cell does not leak. Cell is not leaking, yet it has approximately 35 psi on it. Production amperage is warming up a little bit, about 35 amps, and we are going to do a test to see what kind of rate we're getting. 35 amps, 30 psi on the cell, and time begins. Our time is 28 seconds. 28 seconds a liter. Do it once again. Running just shy, just over, by approximately 35 amps. 35 amps, 35 psi on my water pump, and my goal is to actually pressurize the system to around 100 psi. What happens is whenever we compress, the gas bubbles within our cell reduces the size of them. Just like in scuba diving, the bubbles inside your body get compressed as the depth you go. So the goal is to make the most electrolysis possible within the cell. As soon as the water is released from the cell, it gets decompressed and back to its normal state. I'm going to try it again. The time begins. My goal is if I can get 20 seconds at 35 amps, that will give me approximately 3 liters a minute. right time. That was 26 seconds. 26 seconds on 35 amps, and my dry cell alpha design is 3 inches by 3 inch electrodes, 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches total size. You can find my products on eBay, or you can email or respond to this post.